everybody. You're at Jidao 1, the Taoist Center of Oakland. And some of you, this is your first time here. How many of you? Yeah, a number of you. Wonderful. How did you learn about the Taoist class? Shirley. How about the rest of you?
Unity Church.
Oh, from the Unity Church. Great. Where Dr. Fang gave a class? The one
Sunday.
that Sunday, yes. Good.
Betty.
From Betty, good. I like that. I learned it here and bumped it there. That's great. How about you? I'm sorry? For the internet? Okay.
I saw it on the street.
Great. We love it when someone says, I just saw it on the street. Because when we were fortunate enough to find this building, we'd been looking for a year to find a place to put the clinic, the martial arts school, and the Taoist temple. And Dr. Fang said, it has to be a storefront. It has to be a place where people come up by and see the Tao. And people sort of laughed at us and said, right, people are going to be walking down MacArthur Boulevard in the Laurel District looking for a Taoist center. But as we all know, that's one of the most wonderful things about the Tao. It can sneak up and catch you unawares almost any place, even MacArthur Boulevard in Oakland. So welcome. Jidao Guan, the view of the ultimate way, and the place where one can learn more about that ultimate way, was founded by Dr. Alex Fang, who is the lineage holder of Jidaoism, initiated by his father, Dr. Weiren Fang, who you will see in the picture above Dr. Fang's head. I'll let you guess which one is the elder. The other one is the man in front of you a few years later. And Dr. Weiren Fang in China was a noted scholar, philosopher, and teacher, coming from a long lineage of Taoist teachers and masters. And he began to teach his young son the Taoist path at a very young age. When they came from China to the United States in the 60s, young Master Fang was chartered to consider, I believe, law or engineering, some lofty American pursuit. What was that? Physics, even better. And I think he took a stab at that, but fortunate for us and for all of his patients and his martial arts students, he really felt called to come back to his roots of Jidaoism, of martial arts, and a healing path. So in 1973, he created his Martial Arts Institute, Wudao Guan, and about the same time, although we don't usually say that because it was illegal, he began his traditional Chinese medicine practice with acupuncture being legalized in, I believe, 76. Then he was able to create his own independent practice. Through both of those practices, that of the healing path of the Clinic for Traditional Chinese Medicine and the physical health path of Wudao Guan, he always imbued both of those efforts with his understanding and immersion in Jidao and following the path of the Tao. His is probably one of the few martial arts schools that, for decades, began their class with a silent meditation, with the singing bowls and the gongs, and ended in the same way. In 1999, Dr. Fang felt called to share his understanding of the Tao and his interpretation of his father's path of Jidaoism with an audience that was larger than the martial arts school and his healing practice. I always like to say that finally, you didn't have to be able to do 100 sinking stances or require acupuncture needles in order to learn about Taoism. So that was a very good thing. So we began New Year's Eve of 1999 with a meditation over in a church in Albany at the time that we rented space in for the martial arts school. And that meditation was 4 hours and went through midnight into the new year. For those of you who just thought you might take a break because I might keep you here for 4 hours tonight, relax. It's only an hour tonight. But it was a magical night. And after that one event, people came to Dr. Fang and said, That was so wonderful. Is there any way you could do it again? And from that was born the last Friday of the month, Study of the Tao with Dr. Alex Fang. And I'm so excited to realize that this year, in December, it will be 10 years that Dr. Fang's been doing this. And I think I'm a little biased, but I think it's a wonderful gift to the community. And I know some of you have been with us all 10 of those years. And some of you have come and gone throughout the 10 years, and some of you are brand new. And I think that's one of the wonderful things about the way Dr. Fang teaches. The path is here, the learnings are here. He doesn't push it on you. He doesn't like drill a little hole and wait for it to infuse through, but really offers it to you. And when you're ready, you'll be here. When people come and say, you know, I've never been down MacArthur, but I was coming down MacArthur and I saw that red Tao on your awning. And I just felt called to come in here. And he always says there are no mistakes, there are no accidents. If you're here, there's a good reason why you're here. We hope that it will bring you something that you're looking for. As I thought about tonight's class, and if we both look a little bleary-eyed, we just got in at 1:30 this morning from a trip to New York, so it's 10:15 in the evening. But I think we're so excited to be here because there's something about being away from your usual space, you know, that you look back at what you actually have and you say, it ain't perfect, but it's a lot of wonderful stuff. And we consider the work here at the center to be a very important part of that. As I thought about introducing the class tonight, I was thinking, okay, here we are in May. What ran through my head was, as children, we always had a big May Day celebration back in the Midwest where you actually wound the ribbons around the maypole and sang songs. And I was thinking of that song, you know, the merry, merry month of May. And then I thought about our month of May, which has been really, I would have to say, packed full of events. And at first I was going to say positive and not so positive, or positive and negative. But as you know, Taoists don't think in duality. So instead, what I thought of was the ocean that surrounded us during this month. This month that began with losing a close teacher, colleague, and friend of Dr. Fang's, who was quite a leader in the community, Richard Aoki, and was celebrated, both his life and his death, with multiple services and scholarships and things that I think he would be very pleased to know that people were thinking of him in that way. It's also a month in which we were talking with a young woman in her mid-30s who said to us she had a sad heart. She didn't know why. And she cried, and she asked, where am I, and am I doing what I should be doing? And if I am, then why aren't I happy? What is that all about? And at the same time, we had news that a very dear friend of ours, Phyllis Tice, who some of you know as the person that helps Dorothy with the tea on Saturdays at clinic, received a diagnosis of cancer, which has already spread quite widely throughout her body. And Phyllis, who's an amazing soul all in herself, said to me when she found out, because it has metastasized to her brain, she said, you know, I'm glad to have the diagnosis because I was falling down, I was forgetting things, I was depressed, I couldn't crawl out of that dark hole of depression. And I've always been able to do that before. It's nice to know there was a reason for it, an organic reason. And I'm so glad I was on the path before I got that diagnosis. And I give you those two juxtaposed together because I think about the young woman in her 30s. And, you know, that's probably the lesson she needs to hear in terms of what is her path. Phyllis is a very pioneering woman who, you know, lived with a jazz musician husband on Indian reservations in the 40s and the 50s in the United States, who lost a child at the age of 5 and had another husband or two or three, and struggled to find herself and what had meaning to her, explored many different religions. And I think she's always been very spiritual, but I laughed with her when she said, and when they checked me into Kaiser and they said, "And what religion are you?" I said to them, "Taoist." And that's with a D. So the stories that remind us the things that happen in our lives, and those are both, I feel like, really profound and are things that certainly have touched my heart. But at the same time, you know, we have to go back and live in the real world. So today when I came back and went to work and was listening to my staff, "Oh, this person did this, and I asked for this and I didn't get it, and I'm not being treated fairly, and I really should be a manager in this company, and they're always going to keep me a peon, da-da-da-da-da-da-da." And our company, like many companies in this time of depression, recession, I guess I should be optimistic about it, is going through lots of changes. And they're going to keep going through changes, and they're going to become more lean, more mean. People are going to be dismissed. And at the same time, they're going to hire new people, that the people that were dismissed were like, "I could do that job, why not keep me?" And I couldn't help but sit back and just say to my staff, you know, you're in the ocean. Do you tell the ocean how to wash up on the shore? Do you tell it what time the tide should come in and what time it should go out? Do you tell the ocean how big the wave should be so that you can surf it or swim it or come into shore on it? Not our domain. So I suggested to them, and I was really trying not to proselytize because I don't believe in doing that, but I suggested to them to sit back, see themselves in the ocean. It's going to rock you, it's going to buffet you. At times it's going to be painful, the waves will feel too big, too rough, and other times you'll wish there were more of a wave so it could carry you where you want to go. But the important thing is a saying that we like to put out there, is that if you just lie back and point your big toe at the moon, you'll float, and the ocean will carry you. With that, I'd like to turn the class over to Dr. Feng. I actually want to pause just a second, though. I made cookies for tonight, and one batch got burned because I was on the internet at a wonderful website called www.thedaoistcenter.com. And at that wonderful website, effective this week, Chris Odell and his wife Mihoko, who gift us with a video of these classes, have placed the last 4 classes, Monday through April, in a format that's really crystal clear and beautiful. And if you were here last month, you know that I missed it because I was traveling. And so I was listening to it, and I was like, ah. And that was so nice to be able to go in and pull it up right there and listen to it. But I will warn you, it might burn your cookies, so, you know. Be careful. And with that, I'll turn this over to Dr. Feng.
Thank you, Charlene. That is perfect.
Might burn your cookies. Yeah.
All of it. So we say, from perfect comes perfect. That's Taoism. That is what we say 知道 is. Perfect. You perfect? Yes. Be natural, 自然. 自 means self, 然 means let it be. Let it be yourself. The word for nature, 自然. Let it be yourself. Be yourself. Be comfortable. Perfect. Perfect. From perfect comes perfect. Charlene and I just came from my yoga teacher, Guru Mai ashram in New York. I went there to continue working with some Tai Chi students that I worked with. I think 02. So loving. I, a student, was introduced. Dr. Fang, eminent Tai Chi master. Perfect. Comes from perfect. Just be perfect. It's okay. Welcome to Zhidao Guan. Zhidao Guan is a place where we just look. Guan means see. Guan, see, look. Observe. Observe what? What are you observing? Close your eyes, just for 1 or 2 seconds. And what do you observe? Open your eyes. What do you observe? So we say, when you close your eyes, you can understand and reach the state of Wuji, the great void. You don't believe me? Close your eyes. And those who don't believe me, close your eyes. You will reach the space of Wuji easily. Now, recognize that. Open your eyes. Recognize that. And then open your eyes. What do you see? We say this is yin and yang. This is yang, this is yin. This is yang, this is yin. I call this yang, I call this yin. My father used to say, if you call this yang, this is yin. But if you call this yang, this becomes yin. So we say, take the middle path. The one splits the water and fire. The one that splits real and unreal. Real, unreal. Real, fake. On and on, on and on. Split the yin and the yang differences. So we say, the view is that there is a place called Wuji that you can go inward and discover. Infinite, infinite, infinite space, infinite potential, infinite potential, infinite potential, infinite potentials. Every one of those recognized becomes this. Once you recognize it, yin and yang is born. You're in this world. You're in the world of naming. Yin and yang and yin, yin and yang and yin. Once you start to name, it goes on and on and on. Your baby's name?
Zoe.
Zoe. Welcome, Zoe. Do we know Zoe? Does the word Zoe itself, the name, mean anything? Does it?
Seems like
Life. Zoe means life. Zoe is not the baby. Zoe means life. Life. If there's life, is there a place called lifeless? Is there? The question was asked last class. Is there a space between yin and yang? And the answer is yes. So we walk this path. We take this view to understand the world, this yin and yang. Someone was talking to me today and some questions came up. about capturing the moment. And I grabbed her arm and I said, I'm saying goodbye. Now. I'm saying goodbye now. Goodbye. In this moment, goodbye. This goodbye. What a wonderful way to say goodbye. What a wonderful way to say goodbye. What a wonderful way to say goodbye. It doesn't have to be painful. You can make it painful if you want to. Some ache and some tears. It's okay. So we say, that which can be named doesn't say everything about that. Life, Zoe, any name doesn't describe. Describe life. So that which can be named is not its true name. 名可名非常名. But that which can be named, 非常 also means unusual. It's an unusual name. Unique. A young man asked earlier, walking into this space, are you a master? Are you a Taoist master? Ooh, how should I answer that? Yes, no, no, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, maybe. Are you asking me? So the reply was, what kind of hat would you like me to wear? What kind of hat would you like me to wear? You have one you like me to wear? Naomi raised her hand. Yes?
I don't know.
Okay. The hat of I don't know is a marvelous hat. It is a marvelous hat. You should be able to wear it very comfortably. I don't know. I really don't know. What is Tao? I don't know. What are we doing here? I don't know. Why are you here sitting here listening to me? I don't know. Why am I talking? I don't know. It's a very nice hat to wear. There's all kinds of scriptures that states those who think they know really don't know. So stuff like that. If you don't think you know, maybe you know something. So we say, go even beyond the state of knowledge. Because even that gets too busy. Knowledge is too busy. Slow it down. Slow down. Your mind. Knowledge is a byproduct of a function of the mind. Stop knowledge, stop the mind. Where would you be then? Where would you be? Let's try it. So we say, let's try it. Stop the mind. Okay, let's go just a little bit beyond. Let's stop the senses. Just for now, for this class, try not to smell anything. Just don't go. Don't, because then you're inviting it. Yeah. We say see, but not necessarily look. Okay, look, or is it the other way around? Look, but not necessarily see. In other words, as we practice in the five animal form, you are not in my eye. It's a practice. So there are many ways to go in to the Wuji. One is what we call 自忘. 自 means self, 忘 means forget. That's another form. It's a practice of forgetting. It doesn't mean you're totally lost. Only we say, at the depth of yin, a spark of yang is born. So let go of the mind, let go of the senses, let go of the smell, let go of the sight, let go of the seeing, the knowing, the feeling, the craving. Let go of that just for a second. All right, 2 seconds. Maybe 3. You can do 3, you can do a lot more. So let's just say you do that. Mind only works because you want it to work. You say, come, work for me. Speak for me. Make sound. But if I want the mind to take a break, I say, take a break. It's okay. Take a break. Same with the senses. Same with thoughts. And feelings, the oceans of emotions, the sadness, the goodbyes, the joy, the hesitation, oceans of emotions. We say, just for a moment. No thoughts, no senses, no emotions. Just quietness. And we say, at the depth of yin, a spark of yang is born. So, go to the depth of yin, you will see yang. Go to the depth of yang, or the height of yang, you will recognize a drop of water. I was teaching a class at Contra Costa College this last semester. Very much like this kind of talking, you know, yin and yang, real, unreal, the 5 phases, the 5 walks, wuxing. Some people call it the 5 elements. And one of the students actually pointed out that she was able to see the water within the fire. It's a simple statement. I can see the water in the fire. Wow, I thought, such magnificent understanding, such insight. Such a young person. Great. Great. Where was I?
Let go of the senses. At the bottom of yang is yang.
Yeah. See? I don't know. I have a friend of mine named Nikki Tenkai. I told the story before. But for new people, I'll say it again. I used to do that. And where was I? Hmm? My friend, what's his name? Tenkai. Ten means sky. Kai means ocean. His name's Sky Ocean. He's a monk in Japan. And we used to do judo together. And he would say to me, Alex, you're stupid. I said, stupid? He says, yes, yes, yes. I said, I have more titles than letters you have in your name. Yes, yes, he says. But you're afraid. Afraid? Me afraid? What am I afraid of? I'm comfortable with myself. If you're comfortable with yourself, you're not afraid. He said, you're afraid to be afraid. You're afraid to be stupid. Yes, I said. So, I don't know, it's a good hat to wear. We say, the body is important. The body is important. It's a vessel, it's a form. It contains chi energy. It contains yi, your thoughts, and it contains your heart. Keep it healthy. In order to have health, we say you must also clear the water in your heart. Meaning, nothing can come make waves. If something can come and make waves, look at it. What is that wonderful thing? It's giving you a lesson. What is irritating you? What is irritating you? What's irritating you? Right? Yes. It's physically manifested. You can see it. If you do Chinese medicine, that's one of the skills you learn. The other, we say, still, your, the word is qing. Qing. Qing is written clear heart. Clear heart. Can be interpreted as affection, love, care. We say, still, and that. Still that. When that is still, only Shen can come. Shen is spirit. So in Taoism, yes, there's a spirit world in this form, this body. So learn to take care of it with a variety of ways that we learn about in Taoist culture. Come take some classes in Qigong, Tai Chi, nutrition, Chinese medicine, so on and so forth. It expands and expands. But be familiar with it. It is a very healthy thing for the body. We say, nurture your life. Nurture your own nature as well. Cultivate your nature and cultivate your life. Xingming. Xingming. Taoism. So far, so good? Any questions? No questions? Then I will ask some. Why are you here? To what?
To learn the way to that.
What have you found?
That there's inner peace
I found inner peace. Perfect. Perfect. Why are you here? No, the other me. I love that answer. There's always no accident. Anybody else want to say why you're here?
To see if it resonates. To listen to the words, to see how it resonates.
How does it resonate? So much of it. From perfect comes only perfect. From perfect comes only more perfect. Oh, goodness. When I was teaching Tai Chi to the yoga students, I would talk about the energetic aspect of Tai Chi. And I would say things like, in Tai Chi, you welcome resistance, because resistance is the path to off balance. We welcome it. You want come on. If you don't have it, we'll make something. We'll tease it out of you. We will like resistance. And the yoga students took those words and said back to me, it's like my life. If I have resistance, I'm off balance. I need to relax, come back to the center, and move from there. Move from here. So I thought, what wonderful transformation. What wonderful merging of culture, of understanding, of truth, of knowledge, of knowing, and of being. And from this being, that way of being, this way of being, you become. Somebody like Phyllis, who says, I'm so glad I started this spiritual path, where I am, where it took me to here now. Same with all of you. Take the path. See what the path offers to you with a certain perspective, understanding, and approach. That's all. Certain mindset, spirit set, skills. And move. Then you become. This was a plug for our 6th annual Taoist conference that's coming up. The theme of it is being and becoming, which is one of my father's favorite saying. Being and becoming. Being, he never explained it. That was the best part. Being and becoming. Being and becoming. Somebody asked me recently, how old are you? And I always gave the answer my father gave to me. I'm as old as the universe. When I opened my eyes, there it was. And then when I closed my eyes, there it wasn't. Back to Wuji. I love this stuff. I started to write a book, and the title of the book is something like The Treasure Hunter, one who hunts for treasures. First, do you have any treasures you're hunting for? That's the question, of course. What is it you're hunting for? What is your treasure? How do you hunt it? Where are you going to hunt this? What are you going to do once you get it? So we say, how do you treasure your life? How do you treasure? This is just suggestions. These are just practices, ways of looking at things. One way is to say goodbye. Let it come, let it go. Yes. Let it come. Let it go. Let it come, let it go. Let it come, let it go. That's one way. A person said to me recently, I don't experience life every second and every moment. I said, why not? Why not? The second way is the way of 自然. 自 self-ran, let it be. Be comfortable with yourself. Always be comfortable. Start with that. Be comfortable. We don't say sorry in our classes. Don't say sorry. Me. We say be true to yourself when you're in this state of 自然. Be true to yourself. And for humanity's sakes, for the humanity's sake, be kind. Be kind. Be self. Be comfortable. Be kind. The kind part is only for humanity. Only for humans. So if you are a state beyond human, enough. You don't need a whole lot. So the third way is, we talked about it already, 忘我. Forget I. Forget the small I, as lots of scriptures say, in order to receive the larger I. This I. There is only I. The character Dao is translated with the radical 自, self, that moves in harmony or beyond yin and yang. The self that moves beyond or in harmony of yin and yang. Tao. Operative word is the self. Be true to yourself. Zhuangzi used to say, you need to have the fasting of the hearts. You have to still your heart. Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy, strolling through a market, two monks were fighting about the flag waving. One says, the flag waves to create wind. The other one says, no, the wind blows the flag so the flag can flutter. They turned to Guan Yin, the goddess of compassion, and seeing the sound of suffering. Guanyin, Guanyin, what do you say? The Guanyin says, it's only the fluttering of your heart that's involved. It's only the fluttering of your hearts. To debate is the wind or the flag. No. Still your heart. Still your heart. That is a simple introduction to Zhidao and the concepts that we have to share. In this place we also have exercise program. Exercise. Qigong. Qigong. The three treasures. Jing, Qi, Shen. Your spirit, your energy, and your essence. We look at those, we harness those energy through the practice of Qigong. It's a practice, it's a way of understanding your body, your breath, your mind, how it connects to your heart and your breath, how to go to breathless state, how to reside in that state and understand what that all means, and to be able to understand transition, recognition, harvesting. Cookie lady. Cookie lady. Hi. Remember your promise? Thank you. We have a deal. If she doesn't snort too loud during my lecture. I do have some. What is it called?
Expectations.
Huh? Expectations. Pride. These things. Is that what it is? Pride? No such thing. We say in the state of sleep, you really hear more. But we say sometimes hearing more is not necessarily good. So we say take the middle path between the sleep and non-sleep state. When you're totally tense and awake, you really can't pay attention, you're too busy. When you're too relaxed. You need to be in that middle space between and so that's the expectations, and I think that's sort of the practice, you know. So when you get a chance, talk to some of the people who've been here and find out about the center, so on, so forth. No more questions and we meditate.
Just one that came up with what you just said between sleep, taking a sleep totally awake. I notice a lot of times when I come out, especially of a nap, a short nap in the day, when I first start coming back into consciousness, everything is warm, fuzzy, I'm in a great place, you know, regardless of what's going on in my life, I'm in a great place. And then it feels like everything starts to solidify and harden again, and all the defenses come up, as hard as that. Yeah. Is meditation putting us in that same place? Is it that same, I mean, I don't know exactly what the question is. I guess it's the quality. I don't know. I'm just talking, blah, blah, blah.
It's good talk, because it's a good question. But I think you answered yourself.
Same.
Yeah, it's a state of being and becoming. Everybody likes that one.
How do we keep our awareness of the body, or where do we want to keep the awareness of the body, or how does that work? Because I know if I wake up really quickly, sometimes I think I'm kind of not in my body fully, and just kind of like where to keep that, how to engage that in those levels, if there is such.
Could you come over here just for a second?
Really?
No, not really. We have a practice that lets you understand the idea, the concept, and the experience of Li Qi. Li means strength. Qi means qi. There's so many different kinds of qi. So, come a little closer, please. So, your body's a form. Within this form, there's organs and vessels and blood and or whatever, juices flowing. 85% fluid. Right? And it's, in essence, permeable to space and the influences of space, and vice versa. Right? And this form has this strength that holds it in place. But something is behind this strength. So resist me wherever I push you. Okay? One more time. Resist me wherever I push you. And that was a lesson in real and unreal. You understand? Real. This is real. Yes. And she receives it with real. And energy has to come from the back. Your breath has to be soft. Your breath has to be thin. Your breath has to be long. And your breath has to be steady. You cannot let go of your breath. When you let go of your breath, I will push you over. So you maintain a harnessed reservoir of qi always within you. Always within you. We'll call it so. So a recognition of this state of being is no different than the awake and unawake state. It's a state of being. Do you understand? Filled with qi. That's supporting strength, li, that supports the body, form. The state of sleep. Is no different than the understanding of this. You just go there and visit. Someone just shows you how to test. Easy test. Right? Easy test. Easy test. We say everywhere needs to be filled with qi. You got it. That's good. Oh, and very nice. Oh. Oh. Everywhere. Everywhere. Yes, 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 yes. Everywhere. Everywhere. And yet look how relaxed she looks. She's not tense. Maybe she is.
I could sleep.
Understand that you just see her expanding qi, absorbing, expanding qigong. This is a lesson in qigong. This is what we do. When you can test something, then it becomes more real to you instead of just an idea. You know. Am I realized? Am I realized being? Am I yet? Am I yet? What test do I need? You know, do I have qi? Do I have qi? Can I do qigong? Am I doing qigong? Am I really practicing tai chi? Am I? So if there's a little bit of testing, okay, I think I maybe know. Move on. Next chapter. Next lesson. Otherwise you stay hovering in the same place over and over again. If you don't go to the edge, you don't find out what's the other side of the edge. So we recommend that you go to the edge. Yes, and then once in a while, leap over. Take a look. Take a look. You go. Surrender to that. That's no different than the third aspect of the practice I mentioned earlier, Wangwo. Wangwo. Forget the I that I think I am. Dive into that which can support you. Take a look. What is it? If you've never taken a look, you don't know. Take a look. Take a look. You are protected. You're guided. You're guarded. You are safe. It's okay. We call that a leap of faith. And you must take this leap of faith. If you don't take it, you stay on this side. Always safe on your flying carpet. Once in a while, you gotta fall off the flying carpet. See how a bird feels like. And flap your wings, maybe transform into a bird. So we say, go to the edge, maybe you learn to take a step. Take a run, take a leap, take a fly from this fall. That is the practice of Taoism. Is it Taoism? Just perspectives, views, views, way to look, way to be. Simple, not so hard. Clear. Somebody, I think in today's pamphlet, my father used to say, when you're clear, all is clear. When you're clear, all is clear. All is clear. Make it clear. Make it clear. I thank you for coming tonight. We shall meditate for a while.